Hey everyone, welcome back to Medicine Deconstructed. I'm your host, Dr. J. Rutland. Now, on the last episode or a previous episode, we had talked about why I quit my job. And you guys understand those reasons now, but moving forward, there are certain things that you have to do before you can establish your own medical practice. And I'm gonna talk about the first 5 things that I did to establish my own medical practice. So there are things that go through your head, right? Like, what's your niche gonna be? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna focus on? And all of these things I kind of have worked out in my head. You also have to be willing to fail, right? I'm willing to fail now. I'm willing to attempt something and go through it, see it through. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I can always be a doctor for someone or for a hospital. That's easy to do at this point in my life. So now let's get into the first 5 steps. Step number 1 was having a mindset of our own practice. What do I want to do and how do I want to do it? I have to get my mind right and understand that what the practice is my own pulmonary and critical care practice. That's the first step. The second step is I had to ask someone if they were willing to help. But I didn't establish this alone, right? I established this with my wife and a couple of other friends of mine who are willing to help me. Because this is someone that spends a significant amount of time with me, sits next to me every day, and helps me out with everything that I do, whether it's work already, whether it's life in general. The third reason, or the third thing that you have to do to start your own practice is, in California, the only way you can practice medicine is by obtaining an S Corp. Really easy to do. Go to the Franchise Tax Board, file an S Corp. It's $800. Costs $800. That's it. A lawyer has to file it for you. My mom happens to be a lawyer. We had a friend do it who actually spends his life doing these things, right? And so we did this, right? We filed as an S Corp and we named the company Rutland Medical Group. That's the name of the company. It's $800. That's step 3. Simple. Anyone can do this. If you're a physician, you can do this. Step number 4, malpractice insurance. You have to have malpractice insurance. In the United States, to be able to practice medicine, you have to cover yourself. So when you're filing or when you're filing for malpractice insurance or asking for malpractice insurance, again, right now, if you're a physician and you didn't know that, your company, your hospital is paying your malpractice insurance. That's fine, no big deal. But here's the thing, is when you want to move on, or if you want to start your own practice, you got to pay for malpractice insurance yourself. I was lucky enough to be in a group practice, so since they hired someone else, that person got to slide into my spot in the group malpractice insurance, which actually ended up helping me because now for me, malpractice insurance is cheaper. Now your first year, if you're finishing residency or fellowship and you're coming out, your first year of malpractice insurance is about $1,700 a quarter. So $1,700 every 3 months, which gets you your standard $1 million, $3 million policy, right? In the state of California, the max anyone can get from a malpractice suit, if someone is suing you, is $250,000. But again, that's what you have to do. You have to obtain malpractice insurance. The 5th thing at this point is you have to get insurance credentialing. So depending on where you live in the country, there are different carriers for medical insurance, right? So Medicare is a medical insurance. Blue Cross Blue Shield is a medical insurance. But for a physician to be able to build these companies, you have to be credentialed through that insurance company. In other words, they're going to establish a rate that they're going to pay you for doing certain things, right? So again, as a pulmonary and critical care guy, I might get this much for a consult, or I might get paid this much for a bronchoscopy, which you guys have seen me do. I might get paid this much for doing a thoracentesis. I might get paid that much for intubating someone. But that's the point of credentialing, for the insurance companies to know who you are, what you are, and what you're going to be doing for the lives that they're covering. They need to know that. So these are the first 5 steps that I took. Now there's more steps that I'm going to take. And as we travel on this journey together, you guys are going to gain an understanding of what it takes to be able to do this on your own. But I have full confidence that any physician, anybody who's trained, anybody who graduates from residency can do this. Medical school does a very piss poor job of teaching us the business, which is why I wanted to do this. You know, I really hope you guys enjoyed the first 5 steps. Anybody can do it. I hope you guys do it. Get that mindset right. Ask your spouse if they're willing to help you. Obtain that S Corp, $800. Obtain malpractice insurance, $1,700 a quarter, and get those insurance credentials so you can get out and start seeing patients on your own. Develop your own niche, you'll get it done. I hope you guys continue to follow as we talk about starting our own practice, and we'll let you know how things go, how things are going, and where we're going.
Cedric, Jamie, Cedric.